What's up, everybody? Let me know that you can hear me. I am 3 minutes early. Just answer some questions here, and then we'll get rolling. All right, let me know that you can hear me loud and clear. Great. Brain. Comment is just a brain. Don't know what to do with that. Happy Thanksgiving, first of all. We'll be quick, maybe. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, hey, we're going to be quick, and then we just ramble for hours and hours and hours. But I'm here today, and apparently you guys are too. And if you catch this replay, great. Let me know that you're here on our replay. Just hit the thumbs up or drop a comment. Sometimes people think I'm live when I'm not, so they're like, yes, I can hear you, at like 6 hours after I was live. And that's okay. Happy WOLFSGIVIng. Just read the comments here real quick. All right. So let's run through some stuff real quick. Night, just holding up wonderfully here, cruising. We expected a little bit of the TVL to drop a little bit. Because people that don't listen, don't pay attention, and are prone to wrecking themselves, we're going to try to get out of here in order to get into Dark Night, which would be silly, but humans are silly. But holding up well. TVL has actually, assets have gone up. Assets have gone up. The TVL is just a byproduct of the market being damped. Let me explain real quick. So we got BTC and BNB both pulled back quite a bit, right? Bitcoin and BNB, and we got $1 million in there. So when BNB and Bitcoin recover, right, they could both double by the end of the year. It's not that's not unreasonable. This TVL will also double, right? And that's across the board. So as BNB starts hitting new all-time highs, our TVL is going to grow exponentially, leaps and bounds. So the number of assets is going up. If you want to learn more, you can go to analytics, you go to overview, and you kind of see where the activity, you kind of see what's going on here. Right? This is these are the analytics on the DEX, and they will take a minute to load because BSC is incredibly slow. Incredibly slow. A lot of lag. So we'll come back to that. There we go. So you can see here, if we scroll down, you can oh, there we go. You can see that BUSD is at $15 million of volume. Night has had $11 million of volume in the last 24 hours. Guardian's at $1 million, so on and so forth. You can also see what are people actually trading. MicroPets is picking up their volume here. Wolf Pups, almost $500,000. So if you're interested in just like, hey, what's going on? What's going on behind the scenes? You can find it, right? You find it right there on the analytics section. So the reason I'm sharing night is because we do have Dark Night. We have Dark Night launching. The pre-sale is tomorrow. Do not blow up the Telegram and the Discord asking for details. They do not exist yet. I can tell you that it is tomorrow. I can tell you it's 12 hours long. I can tell you there's no rush. The actual link in which we will host the pre-sale does not exist yet, so don't ask for it. Just have your funds on Phantom if you want to participate as USDC. You will need USDC to participate. All right. Not going to expose me or my team or anybody else to a whole bunch of mania on Thanksgiving. I will just block you at this point if you start asking a bunch of questions about Dark Night outside of appropriate channels. If you need help bridging your funds over to Phantom, come into Discord. You can drop it in Telegram. We have the resources for that. Specifics about Dark Night, do not ask. They do not exist yet. When they do exist, they will be announced. You can go to the Dark Night announcement channel, and you just click this little Twitter or this little Telegram icon right here, and it'll take you to announcements. That's all you need. Okay. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm just reading through. Want to be thankful for today, the countless hours the Wolfden team puts in to make it possible for us. Thank you. Yes, they put in a lot of hours. They love what they do. And they spend way too much time helping everybody else, which is I greatly appreciate. So, Dark Knight pre-sale. Now, here's a funny thing. There was a small private sale. It's the same price. It's just guaranteed allocation. And you had to stake a bunch of undead for 7 days to get NFT. That NFT, there's 50, right? So a bunch of people haven't claimed theirs yet. There's 50 total NFTs. You see how a bunch of people got multiple? So there's probably about 30 total people that stake for the NFT. So I made an announcement, and I said, only those that staked for and minted a Summoner NFT join this group, and there's like 60 people in the group, which means, again, people are not paying attention. If you are in that announcement channel and you are confused, do not feel bad for you. You will not get help. I specifically said only if you minted this NFT should you join this group, and you joined anyway. That's okay. I'm not going to kick you out, but you don't have a right to be confused. Hope that makes sense. You forfeit your right to demand or request support and resources when you don't pay attention. In our world, anyway. Got USDC ready for Dark Knight. Awesome. So it will be tomorrow. There will not be a rush. The presale will be open for 12 hours. Cool. Let's go through some gratitude stuff. Oh, man. I'm on a big screen. We're on a big screen. Right. Happy Pamp Day. Waiting on dips ends up getting expensive. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So I want to share this, okay? Because this is really the thing that is most important to us. And I did share this. I have a Telegram full of huge project owners saying, how the hell are you doing this? It's amazing. And at the same exact time, we have holders that are like, why aren't you on CoinMarketCap? So just a discrepancy in like sophisticated people that know how blockchain works are saying, how are you doing this? In this case, specifically Wolfie's Guard at night. And holders, of course, are like, we're doing this all wrong. But this is what I want to focus on. We got a whole bunch of these today. Happy Thanksgiving to all those who celebrate it. Because of the Wolfden, for the first time in many years, I've promised my wife I won't look at the chart once today and I'll leave my phone at home. I can confidently spend time with my family knowing I'll still be richer than I was earlier today, and when I come back, not nervously checking the charts. Now, I would argue that just being able to leave your phone at home and spend time with your family makes you wealthier. I guess it depends on how you choose to define wealth. This group has helped me live more of my life, and I couldn't be more thankful. That is what it's about for us. And then, shout out to the team. That's what it's about for us, right? We have a lot of people. I would not be surprised to see a comment on here later that's like, oh, stop kidding yourself. It's all about the money. And those are people that don't know how to be happy. They have no idea what they want out of life, and they think more money will solve all their problems. It probably won't. It definitely won't. So just gratitude. I'm not going to tweet the rest of them. There's probably 15 or 20 of these inside the Wolfden, and they all have nothing to do with crypto. They have to do with living life, developing what we call the champion's mind, the introductions, the opportunities, opening doors, the things that actually matter, right? So it's just not about charts. It's really not. Now, of course, I'm going to say it's not about charts, and then I'm going to show you these charts because look at them. It's hilarious. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you can find time today to have some gratitude for what crypto has afforded you in your real life. Time, peace of mind, presence with family, stuff like that. Not look at the screenshot of my CMC account. That's if that's all you do, you're hiding. You're hiding behind numbers because you don't know how to identify the things that actually matter to you in life. Family first. Yep, 100% family time is priceless. There we go. Money does not make family. Money can only make money. Yep. So you can tell we have a very unique disposition as a community. Now the byproduct, let me clarify this. Staring at these charts, okay, pumping and dumping and shilling did not create this kind of freedom. Working hard to create this kind of freedom as being part of our community created these charts. People get this backwards. We always get it backwards. Just like people think the news moves the market. It doesn't. The market moves the news. The narrative follows the market. We see Bitcoin damp down and we make up a story. Bitcoin does not damp down because of a story. So oftentimes we get the directionality of these things wrong. Helping people develop a mindset, spend time with their family, identify what they actually want, and learn how to optimize to get more of it is the reason our charts look like this. Our charts looking like this is not the reason that these people are finding the things that make them happy in life and understanding how to get more of it, okay? I hope that makes sense. Hopefully, it's all good. Okay, I want you to understand the directionality. Everybody will say, well, of course you could turn your phone off because you're writing this chart. But the reality is, this chart is writing the fact that we're teaching people how to turn their phone off and not look at them. Okay. So our effort, my personal opinion, is that pumping and dumping the price is easy. It's lazy. It's what people do when they don't know how to have deep conversations and help people change their mindset and have a frame shift in the way they think about things, right? You don't have the patience or the wherewithal, skill, and ability to actually help people get what they want. So you plaster billboards everywhere and pump up the price. It's very lazy. It's very myopic. It's checkers. Elon Musk is playing chess, right? And everybody's like, Elon's the best, but they don't act like him. They don't operate from a place of first principles. So you just realize that, and I'm saying this because there's one thing I understood being here is the effort the team has made. It's in the comments, and that's exactly right. The team works very hard to help people figure out what they actually want and how to get it. We do not talk about the price. I only share the charts and the price on these videos so that I can hopefully help you make these connections that when you learn how to get what you actually want, when you realize what you want, what's going to make you happy, what's worth being grateful for, and then you identify the best tools to help you get there, the best tools will win. So all we do is help people figure out how to get what they want, and we build the best tools possible, and the rest takes care of itself, right? Hope that makes sense. That's why we don't have to convince people. All we have to do is help them realize what they actually want out of life. And if they choose our tools to get there, awesome. If not, that's okay too. They will still say nice things about it. That's how we get what we call concentric growth. Communities grow, holders grow. We don't do any outreach at all, but we have concentric growth. Even the people that don't invest with us tell people to watch our videos. They share our concepts. That means that unlike every other token, right, we actually do get holders from the people that never invested. That's very, very, very important. It's not something that people think about, but it's when people that do not invest in you for whatever reason are telling their friends to invest, it's a gazillion times more powerful than a self-serving, hey, buy this thing. Because at some point, I bought Floki, you should too. I bought Guard, you should too, is translated as provide exit liquidity for me, right? So it's actually way more powerful to have people that have never invested say, hey, you should check this out. There's no self-serving nature, right? So I hope that makes sense. I want to show you guys this. We talked about this a little bit. For 5 months, I've said CoinMarketCap doesn't matter. CoinMarketCap does not matter. Don't focus on it. Don't celebrate it. That's not what we do here. Now, we got listed right here. Now you can see it. Boop. Now, what typically happens is huge pump, huge dump, right? But because, and the reason I'm showing you this because I want you to see that we called this 5 months ago. Because we have consistently said CoinMarketCap doesn't matter, don't shill, don't pump, blah, 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 right? You see, what we had when we got listed was we had about 120 to 200 people right here that bought and sold from each other. Our holders didn't even think about it. So we had about, let's call it 200 people buy and sell from each other right here. get taxed 5% on the buy and 5% on the sell, so 10% tax, right? Actually, I think it's 8%, 4% each way. So these 200 people wreck themselves, and then look what happened. Our chart just kept cruising. This is a result of being educated about what matters and not riding the hype. Hopefully that makes sense. We don't have any holders that bought right here on the promise of CoinMarketCap, because if they bought right here on the promise of CoinMarketCap and went 6x the second it got listed and pumped, we'd have huge holders that are 6x in profit dumping. So never ever, we will never sell the promise. We know what's coming. We pretty much know when. But we will never sell you that promise because it puts you all at risk. It is not what we want people buying for. I hope that makes sense. I hope you can recognize that in other communities. When they go, CMC's coming, it's coming any day now. Everybody buying is just buying the rumor so they can sell the news. We do not give people rumors so there's nobody to sell the news. Not super complicated, but people act like it's revolutionary. Everybody knows, buy the rumor, sell the news. It's not difficult to invert that and say, if you don't want people to sell the news, stop fucking spreading rumors. It's not a complicated thing to figure out, right? So when you come into our communities and you're like, when this, when that, when's the games in Undead and Wizard? When are the games going to be ready? When is this? Anytime you are asking about something in the future, it is a red flag. I know it may not be intentional, but subconsciously, you're saying, can I buy here so I could dump here? You're basically asking, when am I going to dump? Because if you really were concerned about when the game is, you would just wait, right? You would just check announcement channels every day. Not a big deal. So makes perfect sense, and why I'm loving it here more and more. I appreciate that. So you'll see, this is how we roll. This is how all of our, in time, we'll start sharing the Undead charts. We'll start sharing the Dark Knight charts, all that stuff. Right? But it takes time. It takes time for people to really get educated on how to be an investor in a way that you engineer your own wealth. All right, so let's look at Guard. This looks pretty cool, right? I want to show you guys this. This looks pretty cool. There's a lot of volume coming through here. So that chart looks great. But this is what it looks like zoomed out. Right? Same thing. We're not selling you rumors. You can't sell the news. This is good. I know you want. Everybody wants. We should do more marketing. Like, no, you're just asking us to put you at risk. Or you're asking us to give you exit, right? A quick exit, which is putting everybody else at risk. The market will do that, like just like Wolfies right here. CoinMarketCap will list us and people will come in and pump and dump. You know what? We're going to engineer things so they pump and dump on each other, and our holders just keep riding the same trend. Our holders just keep riding the same trend, okay? So it's not really that difficult to figure out. You just take all the rhetoric that you're all saying anyway, right? And then you invert it. People buy the rumor, sell the news. So I got to buy the rumor. I got to get ahead of the news. But as a project owner, as a long-term investor, how do I prevent the sells? Well, I'd have to prevent the news. But that's not necessarily true if nobody bought the rumor. So stop sharing rumors. Right? These are things that you can reason to as a project owner. I have no idea why people don't. Probably because they're lazy and they just want to pump the price. It's very, very easy. It's pumping the price is low skill, high effort. Low skill, high effort. It's like a, for lack of a better term, it's like a blue collar, right? It's like chopping down trees or something. It doesn't take a lot of skill. It takes a lot of effort. We want to be on the other side. We actually want to be high skill, high effort, or high skill, low effort, right? That means we know how to use leverage. So high skill, low effort would be like the greatest pianist on the planet, right? When he started to learn piano, it was high skill, high effort, but now it's natural. Can just sit down and play, right? It doesn't take a lot of effort, but it takes a tremendous amount of skill. So the harder somebody is trying, it is very likely the less sophisticated the method, right? Or the less experienced they are. So the greatest pianist on the planet, very, very, very sophisticated skill set, but it doesn't take a lot of effort. You just sit down and play when you're good enough. So if it's very obvious that a team is putting a lot of effort into something and it's high effort and relatively low skill, like paying for billboards is not sophisticated. It does not take skill. You pay somebody money and you give them a picture and they put it on a billboard, right? So there's a quadrant, and we want to make sure we're in high skill. High skill, that creates distinction. Very few people have high skill. Anybody can try harder. Very few people can be better. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah, musicians are a good example, but that's true for anybody. I want to work with Dr. House. You ever seen House? Dr. House. Low effort, high skill. He's done it for so long, he can just look at something and he can see something that nobody else can see. He doesn't have to work 10 hours a day reading through fucking reference manuals. He looks, he knows, boom. That's low effort, high skill. Those are the people we actually want to be surrounded with. Of course, that's a very few, very, very small percentage of the population. So we want to reward effort because it makes us feel better about ourselves. People that are not very skilled, and I'm sorry if this offends anybody, people that are not very skilled want to rest their laurels on effort, right? But I'm trying really hard, but I'm trying really hard as an excuse. So hope that makes sense. Yeah, and time is your friend here. Time is your friend. So hopefully that all makes sense. Hopefully we can learn how to show some gratitude for high skill. Either high effort's fine if it's high skill. It doesn't make any sense to me to put a lot of cognitive horsepower, right? Let's take Dr. House again. Take Dr. House and say, hey, go fill out paperwork for 10 hours, right? That's relatively low skill. It's high effort. It's a waste of cognitive horsepower. Just a waste of cognitive horsepower. You do not have a lot of leverage if you're high effort, low skill. That is what, again, it's very important that I articulate this way in a way that's not offensive. That is what people that don't have the cognitive horsepower, or they do, but they believe. Most people have the cognitive capacity to do high skill things, but they have been sold the narrative that effort is everything. Effort is everything. And I do not believe effort is everything. I think results are everything. And you may have to put in more effort to get better results, right? That's fine. But I don't want like the brain surgeon that's going to work the hardest. I want the brain surgeon that's the most likely to fix me and not kill me. Right? High effort or high skill is more important than high effort. Not popular, right? What is it? Effort beats hard work, beats skill, talent when talent doesn't work hard. Like these are extremes that people use to justify lack of talent. Now, of course, the winner's the winner. So sometimes, sports reference, sometimes the less talented person does win from effort, right? And they won. That's all that matters is winning. That's all that matters. So there's even high-skilled people have to do enough effort to win, but that's it. They don't have to work harder than the other person. They just have to win. So I hope on this Thanksgiving we can learn to appreciate high-skill, low-effort players. They don't get a lot of appreciation because they're often perceived as being lazy, and they get more done than basically everybody else. But don't buy the narrative that working hard, shilling harder, being on voice chat for 15 hours a day, paying for billboards everywhere. Like none of that means anything. It just sounds to me like compensation for lack of sophistication or skill. Personal opinion. You can disagree with me, and you might be right. But again, look at our charts. I recommend you do not listen to anything I say moving forward, except for you can listen to what I say and then look for evidence. And you can see if my words match up with evidence. And if not, consider me full of shit. Seriously. I try to call it out ahead of time. We've been prepping people for CoinMarketCap for this for months, right? And when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's how I recommend. I don't recommend you just blindly listen to anything that we say. You say, okay, they said this would happen. Now let's observe and see what happens, right? And if we're wrong, that's evidence. That's evidence that something about what we're saying, how we're making decisions, is incorrect. Oh, what else do we got? Let's see what this notification is. You never know. So that's everything going on. Thanksgiving, a lot of gratitude for all of you. Ton of viewers right now. Hope you guys spend a lot of time with your family tonight. I know it's early. Nick has amazing cognitive recall. I have horrible memory. I'll share this with you guys, and I'm just rambling now, so if you want to go spend time with your family, please do. I have horrible memory. And it's partially by design. So I have a friend, he got his PhD in metabolic chemistry. He's my best friend. When he was 23, from Arizona State University, and he taught me this. Actively forget. I actively forget as much as possible. You can ask the team. I'm like, do we have this? And they're probably like, how do you not remember that? Because memory takes up space, right? It takes up bandwidth. And the truth is, I don't want to remember anything. If it seems like I have a good memory, it's because I'm using the same principles to reason. However, sometimes, all the time, we get new information, right? So I purposely have a bad memory so that I have to re-reason from the ground up with a new updated operating system. It is not good to remember something that you reason through with an outdated operating system. Does that make sense? So you can say, oh yes, I remember this. But if your operating system has changed, if you have changed, if your maturity level has changed, if the information has changed, then it would behoove you, in my opinion, to re-reason, first principle thinking, right? Re-reason from the ground up to the solution instead of remembering something. Because we know things today that we could not have known 6 months ago. We could not have conceived of 6 months ago. So whatever conclusion or whatever thing that we remember from 6 months ago, we might want to re-reason through it from the ground up with our new operating system. Yep. No need for useless data. I can pull up anytime. Yeah, I just want to re-reason through stuff. So if people can ask me a question, I'll answer, and they can ask me the same question, and I'm sure my team and people who've worked with me before will tell you this. I will talk in circles out. I will reason out loud. Even though I already came up with the answer 6 months ago, I will re-reason to it again, just to make sure that my updated operating system, the new information, the new evidence, the things that I've learned between now and then are baked in to what I remember, quote unquote remember. Okay. So having a good memory is not so good for informing behavior in the real world, in my opinion. Things change too rapidly. A lot of times we have all kinds of things baked in from our faulty operating system from 5 years ago that we would make a great decision right now if we were to reason through it, but we don't reason through it because we remember the answer from 5 years ago. And that answer was not the best answer that we could come up with now. I hope that makes sense. This is why I'm a pain in the ass. And that's why I struggle socially and don't know how to move my face. Don't know what to do with my face ever. Resting bitch face. So hopefully this all makes sense and you can kind of see what's going on here. Grateful for all of you, everybody showing up today. Go spend time with your families. Keep an eye out. We will get all the information for the Dark Knight launch out, and it'll be a great time. I think that's it. Priority for the Wolfden right now is to load Knight up with TVL, get a smooth Dark Knight launch, and then we have a huge NFT mint, NFW, non-fungible wolf mint. So keep an eye out for that too. It's going to happen quick. You'll need funds on Phantom for that. And you guys have a great Thanksgiving. Much